Hi fellow mortal, welcome back to Golden RPG. There we have the second livestream from Diablo 4. In this video, we will bring you a summary of Diablo 4 Campfire Chat. The latest stream is mostly dedicated to class changes that will arrive with the Season 2 patch. In this livestream, the dev team talked about how they have 4 main goals for approaching improvements in Season 2 Season of Blood. Update on elemental resistances. Make uniques more impactful and exciting. Class improvements. Update on damage calculation. Let's take a look. The first one is an update on elemental resistances. The dev team wants to make sure resistances feel impactful and wanted by the player. In Season 1, resistances are calculated with inverse multiplicative scaling. Essentially, you take all your resistances and multiply them against each other. This means you have higher diminishing returns the more sources, and more of that stat you have. But not with this new season. In this new one, they will be additive. This means that all sources will just be added together, giving you more use out of your resistances. It is also capped at 70%. You still can reach 85% resistance with Paragon's board, gear, elixirs, and more. One more note on armor. Armor previously mitigated both physical and elemental damage. In this new season, it no longer resists elemental damage. With the Blizzard team's efforts to increase the impactful, exciting level of unique items, the dev team is using a new fourfold strategy when it comes to fixing uniques. Each item will have a unique effect and larger range of roles. We also have loot tables for the new endgame bosses coming in Season 2. They are a permanent part of the game. One of the most important changes in this livestream is class adjustments. The first class that was brought to the operating table is Barbarian. Barbarian gets one of its most glaring weaknesses fixed. That's the Paragon table. So, they will get some chance on Paragons and bonus damage that is now multiplicative instead of additive. An aspect of Ancestral Force now grants bonus damage to the Quake and the base skill instead of having a separate damage range on the Quake. Druids don't have much chance. The only downside we should notice is the aspect of the Rampaging Werebear's critical strike bonus is now capped at 200%. For the Necromancer, a predictable nerf to Ossified Essence is coming to bring it more in line with other key passives. The Bonegraft Legendary node, Essence per stack, is also being reduced, but they also bring cool improvements, such as these minion buff. The Death's defense passive is now baseline, giving huge defensive buff to your minions. The passive was said to be reworked to give more defensive value if you still want to take it. Golem was improved almost across the board in all its variations, and many Minion Paragon board damage nodes have been increased as well. Blizzard team felt rogues were in a good place. The one area they could identify that could use some improvement was basic skills. Puncture is widely used and wanted to bring Blade Shift, Heartseeker, and Forceful Arrow in line through buffs. There was also an update to improve the Impetus passive. Sorcerers don't have much chance. I mean it when I say. The only chance sorcerers have are Incinerate's ramp-up time has been reduced to 2 seconds from 4 seconds, with the total damage being the same. Enhanced Frozen Orb now grants added explosion against elites. Winter and Electrocute Paragon glyphs now have practical use on the Paragon board. In Season 1, Overpower, Vulnerable, and Crit damage were separate buckets, meaning they would multiply together for a lot of damage, making them the best stats to use across the game. This held back other stats and builds back. In Season 2, they will still separate, but there is a cap on how much each can contribute. The many changes made for Season 2 are with this in mind to ensure that you will be able to do the same if not more damage, but no longer reliant on these stats to free up affix slots on gear. Ultimately, they want to bring underperforming builds up to the powerful builds, then balance monster power around that for a more strategic way of balancing the game. That's all we know about Diablo 4 Season of Blood. With the absolutely massive amount of changes coming to the game, we believe that there will be more content guides and builds coming soon. Like and subscribe. Press the bell button to receive updates from us. Thank you for watching and see you again.